On a mango tree in a jungle, there lived many birds. They were happy in their small nests. Before the onset of the rainy season, all the animals of the jungle repaired their homes. The birds also made their homes more secure. Many birds brought twigs and leaves, and others wove their nests. "We should also store some food for our children," chirped one of the birds. And they collected food until they had enough to see them through the rainy season. They kept themselves busy preparing for the tough times. Soon the rains came. It was followed by thunder and lightning. All the animals and birds stayed in their homes. It continued raining for many days. One day, a monkey wet in the rain came into the forest. He sat on a branch, shivering with cold, water dripping from its body. The poor monkey tried his best to get shelter, but in vain. The leaves were not enough to save him from the rains. "Brrr. It is so cold," said the monkey. The birds were watching all this. They felt sorry for the monkey, but there was little they could do for him. One of them said, "Brother, our small nests are not enough to give you shelter." Another bird said, "All of us prepared for the rainy season. If you had, you would not be in this piteous situation." "How dare you tell me what to do?" said the monkey, growling at the bird. The monkey angrily pounced on the bird's nest, tore it, and threw it on the ground. The bird and her chicks were helpless. The poor bird thought, "Fools never value good advice. It is better not to advise them." Once upon a time there lived a poor widow and her son Jack. One day, Jack's mother told him to sell their only cow. Jack went to the market, and on the way he met a man who wanted to buy his cow. Jack asked, "What will you give me in return for my cow?" The man answered, "I will give you 5 magic beans." Jack took the magic beans and gave the man the cow. But when he reached home, Jack's mother was very angry. She said, "You fool, he took away your cow and gave you some beans." She threw the beans out of the window. Jack was very sad and went to sleep without dinner. The next day, when Jack woke up in the morning and looked out of the window, he saw that a huge beanstalk had grown from his magic beans. He climbed up the beanstalk and reached a kingdom in the sky. There lived a giant and his wife. Jack went inside the house and found the giant's wife in the kitchen. Jack said, "Could you please give me something to eat? I am so hungry." The kind wife gave him bread and some milk. While he was eating, the giant came home. The giant was very big and looked very fearsome. Jack was terrified and went and hid inside. The giant cried, "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." The wife said, "There's no boy in here." So the giant ate his food and then went to his room. He took out his sacks of gold coins, counted them, and kept them aside. Then he went to sleep. In the night, Jack crept out of his hiding place, took 1 sack of gold coins, and climbed down the beanstalk. At home, he gave the coins to his mother. His mother was very happy, and they lived well for some time. Jack and the beanstalk fee-fi-fo-fum climbed the beanstalk and went to the giant's house again. Once again, Jack asked the giant's wife for food, but while he was eating, the giant returned. Jack leapt up in fright and went and hid under the bed. The giant cried, "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." The wife said, "There's no boy in here." The giant ate his food and went to his room. There he took out a hen. He shut it, and the hen laid a golden egg. When the giant fell asleep, Jack took the hen and climbed down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was very happy with him. After some days, Jack once again climbed the beanstalk and went to the giant's castle. For the 3rd time, Jack met the giant's wife and asked for some food. Once again, the giant's wife gave him bread and milk. But while Jack was eating, the giant came home. "Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread," cried the giant. "Don't be silly, there is no boy in here," said his wife. The giant had a magical harp that could play beautiful songs. While the giant slept, Jack took the harp and was about to leave. Suddenly, the magic harp cried, "Help, master, a boy is stealing me." The giant woke up and saw Jack with the harp. Furious, he ran after Jack. But Jack was too fast for him. He ran down the beanstalk and reached home. The giant followed him down. Jack quickly ran inside his house and fetched an axe. He began to chop the beanstalk. The giant fell and died. Jack and his mother were now very rich, and they lived happily ever after. A farmer said to his wife, "You are lazy. You work slowly and lethargically. You waste your time." The wife was angry at the words of her husband. She said to her husband, "You are wrong. Stay at home tomorrow. I will go to field. I will do your work there. Will you do my works at home here?" The farmer said happily, "Very well. I will do your works back at home." The wife said, "Milk the cow. Feed the pigs. Waste the utensils. Take care of our hen. Spin the yarn." The woman went to the field. The farmer stayed back at home. He took a vessel and went to the cow to milk it. He tried to milk the cow. He received a good kick. He then went to the pigsty. He hit his head against the beam. He went to feed the hen. He forgot to spin. The wife returned from the field when it turned evening. The farmer hung down his head in shame. Thereafter he did not find fault with his wife. They lived happily together for a long time. A man and a young teenage boy checked into a hotel and were shown to their room. The receptionist noted the quiet manner of the guests and the pale appearance of the boy. Later, the man and boy ate dinner in the hotel restaurant. The staff again noticed that the two guests were very quiet and that the boy seemed disinterested in his food. After eating, the boy went to his room and the man went to ask the receptionist to see the manager. The receptionist initially asked if there was a problem with the service of the room and offered to fix things, but the man said that there was no problem of the sort and repeated his request. When the manager appeared, he took him aside and explained that he was spending the night in the hotel with his 14-year-old son, who was seriously ill, probably terminally so. The boy was very soon to undergo therapy, which would cause him to lose his hair. They had come to the hotel to have a break together, and also because the boy planned to shave his head that night, rather than feel that the illness was beating him. The father said that he would be shaving his own head too, in support of his son. He asked that staff be respectful when the two of them came to breakfast with their shaved heads. The manager assured the father that he would inform all staff and that they would behave appropriately. The following morning, the father and son entered the restaurant for breakfast. There they saw the 4-male restaurant staff attending to their duties perfectly normally, all with shaved heads. No matter what business you are in, you can help people and you can make a difference. A king had a large number of slaves. One of them was very black. He was true to the king. So the king loved him greatly. One day the king went out on a camel. Some slaves walked in front of the king. Others went behind the king. The black slave rode on a horse by the side of his master the king. The king had a box. There were pearls in it. On the way the box fell down in a narrow street. It broke into pieces. The pearls rolled on the ground. The king said to his slaves, "Go and take the pearls. I do not want them any longer," said the king. The slaves ran and gathered the pearls. They took those pearls. The black slave did not leave his place. He was by the side of his master. He guarded his master. He cared for the life of his master. He did not care for the master's pearls. He was the true servant. The king observed the attitude of the servant and gave him many gifts. Velen was a carpenter. He was living in a village. His mother dies a long time back. His aged father, Kapan, lived with Velen. Capam was very weak. He could not even walk well. He was so weak. It was because Velan did not give him enough food. He had given his father a small earthen plate. Even a small quantity of rice in the plate appeared to be much. Velan was a bad man. He was a drunkard also. After taking drinks, he abused his father badly. Velan had a son. His name is Matthew. Matthew was just 10 years old. He was a very good boy. He loved his grandfather. He had great respect for his grandfather. He did not like his father's attitude and character because his father was treating his grandfather cruelly. One day Capam was eating his food out of an earthen plate that his son had given to him. The earthen plate fell down. The plate broke into pieces. The food also fell on the floor. Velan was working at the other end of the room. He saw the broken plate. He was very angry with his father and used very harsh words to abuse his father. The old man felt bad about what happened. He was sorry for his mistake. Velan's words wounded him very deeply. Velan's son Matthew saw this. He did not like his father. His father was ill-treating his grandfather. He was afraid to speak against his father. He was sad about his grandfather, but he was not powerful to stand in support of his grandfather. The next day Matthew took some of his father's carpentry tools and a piece of wood. He worked with the tools to make a wooden plate. His father saw him working. "What are you making, Matthew?" he asked. "I am making a wooden plate," replied Matthew. "A wooden plate? What for?" asked his father. "I am making it for you, father. When you grow old, like my grandfather, you will need a plate for food. A plate made from earth might break very easily. Then I may scold you severely. So I want to give you a wooden plate. It may not break so easily." The carpenter was shocked to hear this. Only now he realized his mistake. His father was kind to Velan. He had looked after Velan very well. Now he was old. Velan was treating his father severely. Velan was now very sad about his own behavior. He realized his mistakes. He then became a different person. From that day, Velan treated his father with great respect. He gave up drinking too. Velan learned a lesson from his own son. You should honor your parents at all times. It is your duty. It brings you their blessings. Once, a little lamb was grazing on a meadow along with a flock of sheep. Being very mischievous, the little lamb wandered some distance away from the sheep. It began to enjoy the fresh and delicious grass that it found there. It had come a long way from its group, but was unaware of that. The lamb was also unaware of another fact: a wolf was closely following it. When the lamb realized that it had lost its way and was far away from the flock, it decided to return and join them. However, the lamb was stunned to see a hungry and cunning wolf standing behind it. The lamb realized that there was no option except to surrender itself to the wolf. The lamb asked the wolf, "Are you going to eat me?" The wolf said, "Yes, at any cost." The lamb said again, "But can you please wait for some more time? I have eaten a lot of grass now and my stomach is filled with grass. If you eat me now, you will feel as though you are eating grass, so please wait until the grass is digested." The wolf agreed. "Oh yes, I will wait. You are here before me and I can wait for some more time." The lamb thanked the wolf. After some time, the wolf got ready to kill lamb, but the lamb stopped him again. "Dear wolf, please wait for some more time. The grass is yet to be digested. If you eat me now, you will see a lot of grass in my stomach. Let me dance and then it will be digested easily." The wolf agreed. The little lamb danced crazily for a while and then suddenly stopped. The wolf inquired what had happened. The lamb said, "I cannot dance properly because there is no music. You see the spell around my neck? Can you untie the spell and ring it loudly? Then I can dance fast and the grass in my stomach also will get digested fast." The wolf, overcome with the desire to eat the lamb, was ready to do anything. He removed the bell tied to the lamb's neck and rang it with all his might. Meanwhile, The shepherd was searching for the little lamb and heard the bell ringing. He saw the wolf and the lamb. He ran towards the wolf with a stick. Seeing the shepherd with his stick, the wolf ran away, and the lamb was saved. Physical strength is not sufficient. Sometimes, weaker people with smart minds can overcome the physically strong ones. A rich man's son was graduating college. For months the son was asking his father for a new car, knowing that his father had more than enough money. When graduation day came, the young man's father called him into the study. Father handed him a wrap gift and congratulated the new about to be graduated on his achievement. Looking disappointed, the son opened the gift to find a lovely, leather-bound journal with the young man's name embossed on the cover. He angrily raised his voice, threw down the journal and stormed out. The young man had not seen his father since graduation day. He became successful and was wealthy like his father, with a beautiful home and family. He came to realize his father was aging and it may be time to put the past behind him. Just then he received a message that his father had passed and he had to return home to take care of the estate. As the morning sun regretfully returned home, he began searching through his father's important papers and saw that still new journal, just as he had left it. He opened it, and as he flipped through the pages, a car key dropped from the back of the journal. A dealer tag was attached to the key that read "Paid in full. Wherever this car takes you, write about it to remember it forever. Love, Dad." No matter what you expect, be grateful for what you are given. It may be more of a blessing than you think. An old woman wanted to cross a road. She was weak. Therefore she wanted help. She waited long. She waited alone. She saw a large number of schoolboys. They were laughing and talking. They were going home. So they were happy. They looked at the old woman. They did not help her. They walked on. But one boy went to the old woman. He said to her, "Mother, do you want to cross the road? I will help you. I will take you to the other side." The boy helped the old woman. He led her across the road. He did a good deed. He was happy. He said, "I helped somebody's mother. So, somebody will help my mother in her old age." "Dear God, be kind to this good boy," said the old woman in her prayer. There was a dense forest on the sides of a mountain. Many kinds of animals lived in the forest. A deer was eating grass and leaves with her two young ones. The young ones wandered happily here and there. The deer followed her fawns. The young ones entered a cave. The deer was frightened. It was a tiger's cave. There were bones of dead animals all over the cave. Fortunately, the tiger was not inside the cave at the time. The deer was trying to lead her young ones out of the cave. At that time she heard a loud roar. She saw the tiger at a distance. The tiger was coming towards the cave. It was dangerous to go out of the cave now. She thought of a plan. The tiger had come closer to the cave. The deer raised her voice and shouted, "My dear young children, do not weep. I shall capture a tiger for you to eat. You can have a good dinner." The tiger heard these words. He was disturbed. He said to himself, "Whose is that strange voice from the cave? A dangerous animal is staying inside to capture me. I shall run away to escape death." So saying, the tiger began to run away from there as fast as possible. A jackal saw the running tiger. "Where are you running in great fear?" the jackal asked. The tiger said, "My friend, a powerful and fierce animal has come to stay in my cave. The young ones are crying for a tiger to eat. The mother is promising to capture a tiger for them, so I am running away in great fear." Cunning jackal was now sure. The tiger was a coward. It said to the tiger, "Do not be afraid. No animal is fiercer or stronger than a tiger. Let us go together to find out." But the tiger said, "If I do not want to take a chance, you may run away. I will be left alone to die." so I will not come with you. The jackal said, "Trust me. Let us know our tails together. Then I will not be able to leave you." The tiger agreed unwillingly to this proposal. The jackal tied their tails in a knot. Now they walked towards the cave together. The deer saw the jackal and the tiger coming together. She again raised her voice. She shouted towards her children standing inside the cave. "My dear children, I had requested her friend, the clever jackal, to capture a tiger for us. Now look, the jackal has captured the tiger for us. He has tied the tiger's tail to his tail. This is to prevent the tiger from escaping. You will soon have the tiger for our dinner." The tiger heard this. He was shocked. He was sure now. The jackal cheated him. So the tiger decided to escape from the terrible animal standing inside his cave. He started running. He forgot about the jackal. He dragged the jackal over rocks and thorns. In the mad escape, the jackal was caught between two rocks. The tiger pulled with all his might. His tail got cut. The jackal was killed in this incident. The tailless tiger ran away to another part of the forest. The deer and her young ones left the tiger's cave. They joined their herds safely. Presence of mind and intelligence can save from dangerous situations.